President Biden says the U.S. is still assessing the debris from 4 objects shot down over the country and Canada. Biden says they have not confirmed the objects are tied to China's surveillance program. The president did say he intentionally waited to shoot down one object until it was safe.
As the events of the previous days have shown, we'll always act to protect the interest of the American people and the security of the American people.
The president hopes to talk with China's president about the objects at some point. Until then, the president has directed the National Security Advisor to lead a government-wide effort to make sure the U.S. is positioned to deal safely and effectively with objects in our airspace.
Well, Senator Todd Young says President Biden needs to be more clear, among other things, on what he needs from Congress to prevent further incursions. We talked to News 8's government reporter, Garrett Berquist. Garrett.
Senator Young took part in Wednesday's all-Senate classified briefing on the balloon. He says intelligence officials told lawmakers it appears the balloon was originally meant to fly over Hawaii and went off course. Young says the only way to keep this from happening again is to show the U.S. will defend its airspace.
This is obviously completely unacceptable to the American people. It should be unacceptable to all of our federal leaders, as it is me. We need to stay very strong on this and restore deterrence by sending a strong message to Xi Jinping that this won't be acceptable moving forward.
And to that point, what do you think should be the policy on these unidentified objects in our airspace going forward?
Well, the president has a literal army of support staff to help him develop a policy. That policy, of course, will be dependent on the assets at his disposal, at our country's disposal. Assets to see these objects. And to take them down. Obviously, we do have the ability to defeat them, to deny the enemy's ability to fly over our airspace or near space territory and spy on rank-and-file Americans, because that just happened. But it's unclear the sophistication of our detection devices. So that's one of the things that I hope the president will address, and I hope he'll come to Congress if he needs either additional authorities or additional investments that might help us prevent this in the future.
President Biden says the other 3 objects that were shot down were most likely commercial or research applications. If that's true, Young says that needs to be addressed as well. You'll be able to see much more of my interview with Senator Young this Sunday on All Indiana Politics. It airs at 9:30 in the morning right here on Wish TV. Garrett Bergquist, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.